Hello, this is Kenneth 14621, and I know you Patriots fans are gonna be mad at me, and I like to pick the underdog a lot. Eagles fans are gonna enjoy this video, I guess, but it's time for me to make my pick, and uh, you know what? I don't really care if I'm wrong, but I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna pick the Eagles. Okay. The Patriots make it to a lot of Super Bowls, but let's not get this confused. They don't win every time they go to the Super Bowl. And I know that the Eagles have a backup quarterback, but Nick Foles is throwing it really good. And I just see more things going for the Eagles than for the Patriots. All the Patriots have is that quarterback. You know, that's it. They can throw the ball. Some of those receivers, I mean, they're not the tallest. I don't think they can get up the highest, but they're good receivers. I know that. And they got Cooks, so they do have a guy like that. But uh, you know, uh, the Patriots played Jacksonville and Philadelphia played the Vikings, and I think Philadelphia looked a lot more. They looked a lot better in their game than the Patriots did against the Jaguars. Now this could be due to styles, but and then people say, well, Case Keenum was doing horrible. Case Keenum wasn't doing horrible the game before. You have to remember before you say something like that. You just say, oh, that Case Keenum sucks or whatever, but look at him the game before. I mean, he looked pretty good. He was hitting them deep balls, and the freaking Eagles defense made him look like he was silly, you know? I mean, so, uh, I know they probably had the Patriots winning this one. But the Patriots, I mean, I know the Jaguars are looking good. They beat the Steelers and they almost beat the Patriots, but the Vikings beat the Saints, and they look good in that win. You know, uh, Maybe I'm just underestimating the Jaguars, but I think the Vikings are a team similar to the Jaguars. Vikings have a lot better offense, I would say. I mean, are throwing the ball, they do. But and it's hard to go against the Patriots. I'm gonna look like a fool if the Patriots win, but you know, uh, the Jaguars, they didn't have some great quarterback who was just out there just gunslinging it. So why do you think the Eagles have to have that to at least come close to beating the Patriots? I don't see the Patriots as being as good as they have been in years past. I don't know why. Like, I've seen their Super Bowl teams, and I've seen their Super Bowl teams, and I just don't think that. I don't know. I know they've got a lot of guys in that secondary. They got Patrick Chung, and even though they're not doing very good, from what I hear, there's a lot of big name guys in there. But right now, how are you playing? Okay, you could be Emmitt Smith, but right now, Rondé Barber has a 250-yard game. And then Emmitt Smith only has an 80-yard game. Well, at that moment, Rondé Barber was better than Emmitt Smith. You have your good days, you have your bad days. Teams are hot, teams get cold. Right now, the Eagles are really hot. I mean, nobody could stop them. They're blowing through everybody. Uh, you know, uh, don't get too caught up on this missing Carson Wentz thing. You know, we know Nick Foles has came in there and played great before. And I don't think Nick Foles is playing that great. I just think the Philadelphians have had a really good play calling, you know, and they really need to study up and stay busy this whole, you know, week or 2 weeks or whatever before the Super Bowl, so that they're really studied up well like they were on the Vikings game. I think they've got really good play calling, You know, I saw Nick Foles hitting a lot of guys that were open. You know, I mean, I didn't see him too many times have to thread the needle between two or three guys. And maybe that's due to good reading and reacting, but I think that's more due to good plays. You know, I just think that, and you don't have to, even though we haven't had a team like this in a long time, there were a lot of teams in the past, man, and they just had this great running back who was just killing it and tearing everybody up. And I kind of feel like that's how the Eagles are. To me, Joseph Ajayi is running like Barry Sanders, And then you've got LeGarrette Blount, and he's been coming on stronger and stronger all year, it seems. And now, LeGarrette Blount looks like the bus or whatever, Bam Morris or something like that. He's trucking 2 and 3 dudes on into the end zone, and that's some kind of change of pace, when you've got a guy who's fast and cuts around and moves around, does all these spin moves and stuff, and then you've got the total opposite, just a big oak that just goes straight ahead and plows through people, that's a good mix. That running back, they get used to those fast running backs, and so they run to the edge real quick over and over and over again throughout the game. And then you put a guy in there who's going to cut to the inside. It takes a couple plays to adjust to that. And when they put those two different backs in there like that, I mean, it's hard to switch. And if it's the same guy running the ball all game, it's easier to get used to him. So I'm saying you get used to him by the end of the game. But when it's two different running backs the whole game, especially that have two different styles, you can't get them down pat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? The other running backs in there, but it's not in the forefront of your mind, all of his moves, because you haven't had all game. It's one thing watching tape. It's another thing playing in the game with the guy. You have to play in the game with the guy before you get him down pat his moves, And, look at the Patriots. I don't think they have that great of a runner. They don't have that running game. And I don't think they have the defense like the Eagles. The only thing the Patriots have is a high-powered throwing offense. And how many times is that going to carry you over? Eventually you're going to suffer because you don't have other parts of your game. You don't have the defense. You don't have the defensive line. You don't have the linebackers. You don't have the defensive backs. You don't have the running game. You don't have, you don't really have the best receivers in the league. That's arguable, but, you don't have the best offensive line. All you have is a quarterback. How long can that carry you? You know what I mean? So, anyways, though, so I'm going to go ahead and make my pick, and it's going to be the Eagles, believe it or not. And, you Patriots fans are going to laugh at me, but, we'll see who wins, So anyways, though, there we go. And I tried to add a little bit of analysis and a little bit of reason why. I just think that the Eagles have a lot more different ways that they can attack you and be good against you. And I just think the Patriots are one-dimensional. So I'm going to pick the Eagles. Thank you.